Hey guys, it's your girl Victoria, back to you with another review for Married at First Sight, Season 16, Episode 16, called Unbearable Truth. Or was it Unbearable Truth? I'll confirm later. Anyway, it don't matter. Nothing much happened this episode. Ain't nothing much to take from this episode. All I got from this episode was we just gonna ride it. Like I said, for the past few weeks, we're just gonna ride the rest of this season until decision day. And then on decision day, we all gonna say no. So we are 9 days until decision day. Why are we so, the lighting is, okay. Why are we so far days out until decision day? I don't know. Okay, this is episode 16. I figured this would be like maybe the last episode before we get to decision day. I was completely wrong because I know we have to go through to this couples retreat type of thing. Listen, at this point, I'm just like, please. I'm not even on my knees no more. I'm all the way on the floor begging Married at First Sight Lifetime. Please, let's not drag this. We're all tired of talking about the same thing every week. Okay? Same situation, different day, different week. This is ridiculous. So everyone's packing up to leave for the couples retreat. Okay? And in the car, we have Jasmine and Eris playing icebreaker card games. You know, Eris complaining about the questions and topics are not happy-go-lucky and all depressing, whatever. We have Nicole and Chris. They're sitting in the car. Nicole brings up the resident situation. Chris don't want to talk about it right now. Obviously, understandably so, in my personal opinion, since they're going on a couples retreat. He wants to worry about that after the couples retreat when they get back. She says, okay, we'll leave it off until Monday. So then also, as I guess they ran into traffic or whatever the case may be. So they were the last ones to get to the couples retreat, you know, to the Airbnb, whatever the case may be. I feel like I've seen that cabin, you know, on Airbnb, the Airbnb app. But I digress. Whatever. Okay, so they're the last ones to get there, but on the way there, like I said, I think they ran into some traffic, and then of course Nicole's getting kind of anxious, getting kind of frustrated, and you know, in this moment, I feel like some people may look at it as relax, it ain't that big of a deal, but you know, taking it from someone who has undiagnosed OCD, I completely understand how Nicole's feeling, because I'm that type of person. Listen, if we say we're going to leave here, we're going to get there by this time, and especially we sharing a place with other people, and if we're the last persons to get there, you know you're not going to get the best room, you're going to get the least liked room, or whatever the case may be. So it's like, I get it, Nicole, but obviously it's not going to come off good on camera. You know, this is why I can never be on no reality TV show, because they're going to, I'm probably not even going to like myself, because I'm just very anal in the things. Like, I like things very routine. So if you put me in situations that don't have no routine and things are not lined up the way it needs to be with my A personality, it's just, I'm gonna freak out. I'm freaking out thinking about it. So I'm just gonna get back to these people. Okay, we're not talking about me, we talking about them. So anywho, Jasmine and Eris get there first. Gina and Clint get there second, followed by Shaq and Kirsten, and of course, like I just said, lastly, Nicole and Chris gets there. And since Nicole's in a sour mood, she's not really trying to hang around people too much, but for the sake of the trip, and since it's a couples retreat, she's going to try to give her all, or lack thereof, I don't know. So we have the men. They're going to do a men's pageant. So they're getting ready for the pageant, and of course, the women are getting their husbands ready. And I just see Gina slicks his hair back, you know. She always says she needed to do his hair, but, you know, he ain't finna let her cut his hair, you know. So what we have, the next best thing, she gonna slick his hair back, put it in a little man bun to bring out his swag. Now, I know Gina don't know me. I know this was filmed way before we even got to see this episode, but I thought I requested y'all to stop using the word swag a few weeks ago, but we gonna bring it back and keep using the word swag. Gina, let's exit that word out your vocabulary. This is my second request. Please, I don't need you to be saying swag no more. I don't need nobody on this cast saying swag no more. Swag has died. It is, no. Don't, like I said, unless we're talking about swag bags from Pure Romance, I don't want to hear about no swag. Okay? Anywho, so we get to this men's pageant. Now, I know from what Jasmine said, we're going to base and judge off of the looks and also their confidence and how they answer questions that they best can answer for themselves. Now, what we want to hear about how we feel like they answered, if they answer the question genuinely. Now, I'm not going to go through all that. I'm just going to say this. Shaq, in my personal opinion, was the best dressed, but I felt like Clint's whole attire and persona, I guess, was the best for me. Now, as far as all these four who should win, Clint should win. He was the least. He was the third place. He should have been first place. Okay. I don't know what Chris thought he was doing wearing that wig. I guess he thought he could be funny. But, you know, he probably didn't care anyway. But for me, I'm just like, who told you wear this wig? You're like, this was supposed to be for the 80s, man, right? That's when he wore the wig again. But I'm just like, so we're just going to be playing with this wig. I mean, if Nicole like it, I love it, I guess. But I'm just like, there was no need for you to be wearing that wig. So Airris won because Shaq was second place and then Chris was the runner-up. Airris won. Am I surprised? Not really. I mean, for goodness sakes, his wife is a beauty pageant queen, okay? She's won multiple beauty pageants. So, of course, she was going to make sure he won. All right, cool. So, Gina and Clint, they're sleeping in the bed for the first time since the honeymoon in Jamaica. It seemed a little bit awkward, but I'm like, excuse me, whatever. Like, you know, at this point, I know y'all just going to ride it out until decision day. So y'all just going to try to make it work these next few days sleeping in the same bed. Probably when the lights turn off, the cameras turn off, or the camera people leave the room, y'all put probably a good barrier of pillows in between y'all. So, okay, congratulations. Then we move on to 8 days until decision day. Why are we still having more than a week until decision day? I don't know. Why is Lifetime dragging this season? I don't know. I know you're over it. I am over it. I know everybody else who reviews this show is over it. But listen, we're just going to continue talking about the same old at this point because there's nothing else to say. So Shaq, I guess he was laughing at Kirsten for snoring the night prior. They show him video recording her snoring. She was snoring hard, but I can't be mad or laugh because, you know, in the moments where I'm very tired, I believe I snore like that too. I got to be honest, this is an open book, but not that much of an open book. Because like I said, it's not about me, it's about them. But, you know, I do have a tendency, if I'm really tired, to snore like that. And regardless, I do snore. I don't know if I snore as loud as that on a nightly basis, but I do snore. Plenty of people have told me at this point I snore. Friends, family, my husband. So, I mean, it's okay, you know, but she took it like a champ. We move on to Jasmine. She's feeling some type of way about Airris because in the morning or the night prior, she told Airris, hey, I want to do meditation with you. And I guess he woke up, didn't wake her up, and did meditation by himself. So she was a little sour about that, but he was like, hey, I don't mind doing multiple meditations in a day. So that's when they came together. They did meditation. Airris appreciated the fact that she spoke up and let him know, like, listen, I didn't like the fact that you went and did meditation without me when I asked you the night before to do meditation. So, you know, he likes that little spice in her, I guess. So it might be starting to wake up something in him. I don't know. So they do the meditation. She felt so good about it. And that's it. We're going to move on to Chris. He writes a little love notes. Now, first off, Chris, this was not no scavenger hunt, okay? He tried to tell her it was a scavenger hunt. I really don't think it's a scavenger hunt when all these nodes are in the same place, you know, just different places in the different spots in the same place. He pretty much put like 5 little cute love notes around the balcony. Once again, the balcony isn't like 1,200 square feet, sir. So, I mean, is it a little scavenger hunt? Not really, but I see what you were trying to do. It was cute for what it was, but it wasn't no scavenger hunt, Chris. Okay, so let's be real about it. But, you know, she looked at it. She was like, oh, thank you. I love you too, baby. Thank you. You know how Nicole gets. So she lets us know in a confessional that he gives her the validation she didn't know she needed. And she needs it less. Listen, Nicole, I don't know what you're talking about here. I really don't know what you're trying to say right now. Like, I'm really, at this point, I feel like I'm just looking at the screen and just kind of just like, I'm here physically, but mentally, I'm just trying to configure all these equations because to me, I'm just like, You didn't know you needed validation, but that's all you ask every day. You've been asking homeboy since like day 3 if he loved you. Okay, day after day after day, and when he's gonna say he loved you, because you loved him before you even walked down the aisle. So since you already loved him, you was trying to force upon, on him for him to tell him he loves you. So what do you mean you didn't know you needed all that validation? Everybody could see a mile away you needed the validation. Don't play with me, please, please. Okay, it's too late in the day, too late in the season for you to be acting brand. Please, Nicole, like, I mean, then again, I feel like every episode she always says something that I don't like. She contradicts herself, but okay, what, Nicole? Please, after this season, I hope you watch this season. I hope you watch yourself on the season, so then you can say, "This is what I need to go and seek therapy to reconcile within yourself for you." Anywho, we move on to the guy's video recording. Bears in the front of the house, and Clint, being, I guess, the macho man himself, whatever, he goes out to be one with nature. He would have been out there by himself just like he was, because I ain't going out there. The moment he opened the door, I'm running upstairs, I'm running to the room, something, because absolutely not. And I think the guys, they were on the balcony, good for them. I would have been on the balcony with them, because ain't no way. Listen, they might be nice and friendly. I can make my presence known in the house. That's it. Okay? I don't need to go outside. I don't need to say hi to the bears. No. Would I go to like a cabin type of thing? I would. Okay? But if I've seen some bears, I'm going to stay my butt in the house. I'm going to go on the balcony. I might video record it, put on a little Snapchat or whatever. But I'm not going to be within like 10 feet and we're like on the same like level that you could literally walk up. No, absolutely not. I don't care if it's a little bear, a big bear. No, I'm not doing it. But, kudos to you, Clint, for having that bravery and all that stuff. And okay, just wouldn't be me. Anywho, we move on to Kirsten and Shaq. This is where I guess the couple separate to do their little activities by themselves. So Kirsten and Shaq, they go sledging. It seems like fun. Would I do it? Of course I would. And they talk about decision day. This is every season, new sets of couples. We always do this when it's getting close to decision day. We talk about decision day from day one. So what else is there to take? Of course, they're always going to be, a little nervous. They don't know what they're going to do. We don't need to go tit for tat of what they said. Okay. We then move on to Clint and Gina. They go on a roller coaster, slow roller coaster. It's a roller coaster, okay? So, would I do that? I would do that too, because that does look like fun. And then after they get drinks and talk about their marriage or lack thereof, once again, they're just having conversation just to have conversation, to be on TV, because at this point, they know ain't nothing gonna happen, ain't nothing gonna be of them. That's it. Then we get to Airris and Jasmine. They go to like a type of jump zone thing, and they looks like they have fun. They talk about their marriage, and as they're talking, Airris still does the eye shift with every second. He looks like every time she's talking. He just looks at her for a second and just looks away. Okay, we've been saying this from day one, and I feel like she tries to look at him, but it's like he be darting her eyes whenever she like looks at him. Okay. My thing is, I mean, maybe this is just me being biased because I like Jasmine, okay? I can admit that. But, I'm just kind of like, Airris, what we talking about here? I know you like a girl with more butt, but at the same time, her butt is looking very good. And her pants, leggings, whatever those things called, sports, like, whatever. Her butt was looking good in those pants. But I guess it's not big enough for him. Anywho, listen, Airris, I think you're just trying to make fetch happen. You're just trying to find any reason not to be feeling Jasmine like that, knowing you don't look better than her. Because she only, compared to you and her, she look better than you. That is all. Then we get to the girls sit on the balcony to talk over drinks. The guys, making dinner for everybody. And of course, both sides are talking about their marriages. Shaq, he's still upset that, he has yet to really mingle with Kirsten's family since the wedding. Shaq, y'all not even going to last, so don't even worry about it. Just worry about hopefully getting Jasmine's number so then you guys could commingle afterwards, maybe become something, or maybe it could just be a little fling. Who knows? Don't worry about it, okay? It ain't, I know we probably saying stuff just to, get airtime to make this episode seem like it's worth something, but it's really worth nothing because at this point, y'all just having conversations just to have conversations to make try to put some substance into this episode, but it's not doing nothing. So on the girls' end, ain't nothing really much to take of anybody saying nothing, except for the fact that, Gina done lied because she said Dr. Pepper told her and Clint that they need to work on deepening their friendship. That is not what Dr. Pepper said, if I remember correctly. I feel like Dr. Pepper said you guys need to work on your intimacy and your physicality with each other. I could have sworn Dr. Pepper told you guys to hold hands. So the fact that you lie and say deeper the friendship, no. You just want to deepen the friendship just so you can leave off on good terms. You ain't trying to be nothing more. And that's why when you said what you said at the end of the episode, I'm kind of looking at you like, no. I hope nobody's like paying attention and really taking what she says as truth, because she's just trying to say anything to make it seem like she's trying, when in actuality, she's really not. Okay? And after that, we have everyone coming together for dinner, and they talk about decision day and what they need from their spouse. I feel like they ask the same question every season when we come to like the end of the couples retreat. So we first start off with Aries. He gives Jasmine her flowers for dealing with his BS this whole time. Jasmine being, I guess, the gullible person she is. She's just eating it up. She getting teary-eyed. I mean, I guess when you're in the situation it's different versus when you're outside looking at the situation. But to me, I'm just kind of like, Jasmine, I'm going to need you to stop, letting Aries gain brownie points, okay? Homeboy can barely still look at you for longer than 2 seconds at a time, when he could go look at Kirsten, all day, every day, give her direct eye contact during conversations that deals with her and another man. So I just really feel like, Jasmine, please, I hope you say no on decision day, because you just gonna be looking like Boo Boo the Fool out in these streets, and I don't want that for you. Because Aries, he trying to be like Gina, just ride through the rest of the season so then he can just let you down easily on decision day. Please, Jasmine. What's with this light? Please, Jasmine. I hope you're not eating it up like I feel like you eating it up, because you get teary-eyed for him giving you your flowers when he's the one who caused you to cry before. He's the one who caused all this distress to you, and you just, he all he has to do is just say, kudos to you, commend you, and you cry, and it's like, is it all everything else pushed under the rug and down the drain? I guess, girl, that's your husband. That's your marriage. I'm just, as a viewer, I'm just putting my little 2 cents, but better you than me. Then we get to Gina, because I think Jasmine said something, Chris said something. I don't really care what they said. Okay, they say the same BS. Their spouses received what they said. We get to Gina, and she's telling us they're stuck in the friend zone. Gina, you're stuck in the friend zone because you want to be stuck in the friend zone. Because you don't want to pursue nothing with homeboy, because you told him since day one his gingery features is not something you go for. Okay, so you making it seem like as if there was nothing else that could have transpired. No, you just didn't allow it to transpire. You cried to Pastor Cal, try to cry crocodile tears because he said y'all need to stay in the same apartment, knowing there was 2 rooms. So, and you guys stayed in separate rooms. So it's like, I don't, anything she says, I'm just like, whatever. I don't want to hear nothing. But, for the sake of reviewing the show and watching the show, I'm going to have to see what she says. So after she done said that, Gina said, she said there was nothing wrong with them being stuck in the friend zone, but at the same time, she didn't sign up to be married to a friend and just be friends. So in this, I wrote in my little notes, I just really feel like Gina could say whatever she wants. She could diss homeboy, say he got no swag, say she don't like his gingery features, talk about him, saying he's just a friend, but she didn't sign up to be married to just a friend. She could say whatever she wants. Everybody don't even bat an eye. They just stay silent and just let her say whatever. But homeboy says one little thing and everybody's still like looking at him kind of side eye, even though they forgave him because Gina forgave them. I just feel like they still kind of look at him like, okay, but you still foul for saying that. So someone could talk about me all they want to, but I can't say nothing. If I feel like if he were to say any of the things that she be saying left and right, people would be looking at him like, wow, he's such a jerk. This is that. But no, she could say it, and that's okay. That's why I just be looking at Gina like, girl, please. After this, I know you're gonna go back to your salon. You might, have a one night stand with McKinley since he been hitting you up from what we see in the previews after decision day. But for me, I'm just like, Gina, you got a lot of nerve, and the fact that nobody called you out on it yet, disturbs me. But I'm gonna call you out on it from my own perception of this review because I just feel like it's BS. But what do I know? They're going to probably say, oh, you don't be seeing what Clint do behind the scenes. Okay, whatever. But I can only go based on the show for what the producers show me. And from what the producers show me, Gina, you got a lot of things to say. And Clint just has to sit there and take it because he knows if he say anything, everybody going to hate on him. Then, after that, after the dinner, I guess Eric's got to go back to town to do something. I think he's going to be back before the end of the retreat, but whatever. Jasmine's upset and sad. She gonna miss him and whatever, because that's her husband. So she gonna miss homeboy. When they go outside, she walks him outside to the car. They hug. Why did I think they was gonna kiss? Excuse me. Even though I know ain't nothing finna happen between them two. It just still kind of gives the vibes like, they might kiss, but they didn't kiss. And I'm just like, okay. But I know it's not gonna be nothing, but I guess for Jasmine's sake, she still wants something. But I just feel like I don't know, man. I really don't know. I'd be wanting the best for Jasmine, but at the same time, she wants homeboy Aries. So if anything, just get what you need to get for the time being, Jasmine, and then leave because ain't nothing else to take. He ain't like talking to a brick because I'm sure he got a lot of substance underneath all that pain he's dealing with. But at this point in time, I'm not seeing nothing other than really maybe talking to drywall. Okay, and lastly, everyone gets ready for the 80s party for Clint and Nicole's birthday. Then they have the party. It seems like a great time. And, it looks like, I feel like Jasmine was a little bit inebriated because just when she was talking into the confessional, I was just like, this don't sound like the regular Jasmine. So I think she was a little inebriated. She did mention that she's a seventh wheel, so she did feel like kind of some type of way. So understandably so, but that's it. That was the end of the episode, guys. Really, that was the end of the episode. They had the party and that was it. And I feel like next week is not going to be the episode before decision day. I really don't feel like that, but this is what we know. Lifetime loves to drag these seasons, and we're just gonna keep watching because I'm gonna keep watching. As much as I talk crap, I say this every season. As much as I talk crap, I still come back and watch. So that's why I hope that you like this video, because if you do, please give me a thumbs up. If you laughed at least once, please subscribe. And if you didn't laugh, come back next week so we can talk crap about this show, and hopefully I can make you laugh so then you can subscribe next week. Comment what you thought about this episode, the lack of interest of this episode, and be easy breezy lemon squeezy. Have a good rest of the night. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and peace.